Namaste children, I am Smita, your English teacher from Mangala Vidya Mandira. Class 8 Standard, Subject English. In today's class, let us learn a lesson called as Sir C.V. Raman. Unit 2, Sir C.V. Raman. Our country has seen many great scientists like Homi Jahangir Baba, Jagdish Chandra Bose, APJ Abdul Kalam, Vikram Sarabhai and many more. One of the greatest scientists the world has seen is Sir C.V. Raman. Now concentrate on the words as I read. Sir C.V. Raman was a great scientist. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for his work on scattering of light and his discovery of the effect of light rays called as Raman effect. The government gifted him 25 acres of land to carry out further research work. Raman Institute was a dream child of Sir C.V. Raman. Now, Sir C.V. Raman was a great Indian scientist who was born on November 7, 1888 in Trichy in Tamil Nadu. He got Nobel Prize for his work Scattering of Light and Discovery of the Effect of Light Rays. It is popularly known as Raman effect. The government gave him 25 acres of land to conduct research. He established Raman Institute in Bengaluru. It was his dream from long to establish an institute and he did so. So dream along with hard work brings success, isn't it children? Sir C.V. Raman was born on November 7, 1888 in Trichy. He was the son of Chandrasekhara Iyer and Parvati Ammal. Chandrasekhara Iyer was a professor of physics at Hindu College, Visakhapatnam. Raman studied there at the Hindu College High School. He was very much interested in science from his boyhood days. Even as a boy, he had made the model of a dynamo. During his school days, he borrowed science books from college students and read them. Thus, from his early days, he showed great interest in science. Unfortunately, he used to fall sick every now and then and he was not able to attend school regularly. Now, C.V. Raman was the son of Chandrasekhar Iyer and Parvati Ammal. Chandrasekhar Iyer was a physics professor at Hindu College, Visakhapatnam, that is in Andhra Pradesh. Raman also studied there. He was very much interested in science right from his childhood days. So when he was a small boy, he made a model of dynamo. He borrowed science books from college students and read those books. But he used to have health problems as a child and was not able to attend school regularly. In spite of his poor health, he got first class in his matriculation examination when he was only a boy of 12. He passed the intermediate examination from Hindu College and joined Presidency College Madras for his BA. His relatives wanted him to give up science and take history and economics as his special subjects for BA. Since Raman had made up his mind to study science, he took physics. He passed his BA, securing the first rank and a number of prizes. He passed his MA Physics in January 1907. Now, C.V. Raman, his poor health did not come on his way of acquiring knowledge. He passed in first class in matriculation even when he was just 12 years old. You know, matriculation is an exam conducted at the end of the secondary school. Now, after passing intermediate exam from Hindu College, he joined Presidency College Madras to pursue his BA. His relatives encouraged him to take history and economics, but he was too much interested in physics. So he took physics as special subject in BA. So in BA he got first prize and he also passed his MA Physics in January 1907. After his MA, Raman wanted to go to the United Kingdom for higher studies in science. But his health broke down again and he could not go. This was the greatest disappointment in his life. His relatives asked him to give up his study of science and take a competitive examination in Calcutta in history and economics. Raman did so and got along well with his new subjects. He got the first place in competitive examinations and was appointed Deputy Accountant General in 1907 at Calcutta. His relatives perhaps felt happy to see that Raman had settled down well in life. But Raman was not happy. How could a scientist like Raman put up with the life of a Deputy Accountant General? He felt like a fish out of water in his new post. But he still had hopes of becoming a scientist and was waiting for an opportunity. C.V. Raman, Sir C.V. Raman wanted to go to UK to pursue higher studies in science. But because of health problems, he could not go, which made him very sad. His relatives told him to give up science and take competitive exam in history and economics. He did so and he got first place in competitive exam and was appointed as Deputy Accountant General in 1907. But C.V. Raman was not at all happy with this post. Why? Because his mind was totally towards science and he was always waiting for an opportunity to become a scientist. Even as Deputy Accountant General, Raman mixed with scientists and took interest in science. One day, while returning from his office, he saw a banner outside a building on which was printed the Indian Association of Scientists. At the sight of that banner, Raman got off the moving train and went to meet the scientists who had gathered in that building. Sometime later, when he was in Rangoon, he learned that an institution had bought a piece of modern scientific apparatus. He hurriedly put on his clothes and went to have a look at it. Such was the interest he had in science. Okay, now while working as Deputy Accountant General, he used to discuss scientific issues with scientists. One day, while returning from his office, there was a banner that read, "The Indian Association of Scientists." He got off from the train and went to meet the scientists. Okay, such was the interest of Sir C.V. Raman in science. When he was in a place called Rangoon, Rangoon is a city in Burma. Okay, he hurriedly went to an institution to see new scientific apparatus which that institution had bought. So much was his interest in science. Children, let us continue the lesson in the next class. Now coming to the project work. Now identify these scientists and write at least one contribution of each one of them in 3 to 4 sentences. You have to write the names of the scientists and their contribution in 3 to 4 sentences. Okay, there are 3 more scientists. You have to recognize them, write their name and their contribution also. So let us continue the lesson in the next class, children. Thank you.